up, y'all? Welcome back to Wild and Wonderful Paranormal. We are coming back at you again with an investigation here. This is pretty quickly, since our last one at the Madison Seminary. This time we're back in our home state of West Virginia at the old hospital on College Hill, and here in Williamson, West Virginia. This hospital, this building right here, it looks like it's a very ominous looking building. We found out, much like the Madison Seminary, we found out about this building from Destination Fear on the Travel Channel, and I've been wanting to come here ever since. We've watched that episode, and this ought to be a really awesome investigation. This place is really starting to get a lot of attention from the paranormal field and everything, so I'm excited to finally get in here, back in our home state here. It's always cool. This is a new place that we haven't been yet, with a pretty wild history, so we're really excited to see what we can get. Hopefully, we'll just keep ratcheting up the evidence. We'll just keep piling out. That's what we're hoping for. It's always cool to try new places, and this is definitely a new place with a lot of history here in Mingo County, West Virginia. It's got a pretty synonymous, bloody history of its own. So stick with us, and we will be back at you all shortly, and we'll hopefully get you some good stuff. So see y'all later. What's up, guys? We're here with special guest Tanya Webb. She's the co-owner of the old hospital on College Hill. We're excited to talk with her. We saw her in Destination Fear and different sources like that. So, Tanya, we appreciate taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you. Glad you guys are here.
Yeah, we're excited. So, just to start with the general kind of history of the building, I know we heard it outside of some, but kind of talk about just a little bit about the history of the building. We know you heard that you said that you were actually born here, and what kind of led to you wanting to endeavor into buying this property?
That's a good question. I'm still trying to answer that one. Well, just a little bit about the hospital. It was constructed in 1928. It actually opened in March of 1928, so she's 93 years old, in pretty decent shape to be as old as she is. I was born here in 1973. I lost two grandparents that I never met here. So when I found out that this building, the hospital and the building beside of her, which is the nurses' hall, came open for purchase, I just felt the need to not only save a little bit of my history, but a little bit of the town's history. With any hospital, you have a lot of, people born here. You have a lot of people that pass away here. And I just didn't want to see it tore down and someone's, lives and past and memories just kind of taken away. I feel like this building has a lot of stories to tell, and I'm hoping through you guys you'll be able to do that.
Awesome. With as much history as this building has had, that's lended itself to a lot of paranormal activity, a lot of claims of things. What are, for just kind of generally speaking, what are probably some of the most common occurrences paranormal-wise in this building?
What has been the most common has been doors shutting by themselves, and I've experienced that myself. I'll open one, and then I'll walk a little bit down, and it'll just open right back up by itself. I'll come back and shut it, and then I'll open it again by itself, so then I just leave it alone. You'll hear footsteps from time to time, children giggling. I actually heard on the second floor, I was making my rounds and just kind of checking out everything. I heard his male's voice, just plain as day, and I thought it was a group that had stayed the night before, and I was convinced that they were still here, so I texted that group and said, "Hey, are you guys still here?" And they said no, because there was two guys in that group, and they said, "No, we left about an hour ago, but we wanted to tell you that as we were packing up our stuff, we heard a male's voice on the second floor." And all he said was, "Hey." I was walking by a room, and the hairs on my arm just stood up. And I don't spook easily, but it really, it really caused me to kind of stand still for just a minute. And I looked this hospital over trying to find someone, and I never did.
What would be, for someone like us that haven't been here yet, haven't visited here, what would be one tip or one piece of advice you would give someone that's never been here before?
As with anything, I think just keep an open mind. You know, it is a hospital, and be respectful.
Right.
You know, that was a big thing from anybody that come here. We also do historical tours as well as the paranormal. But you know, if you think about it, this hospital, you know, was built and opened in 28. So 93 years. It went through the Great Depression. She went through so many, you know, just different kind of errors and just sickness and, you know, things that today probably wouldn't seem like a big deal. You know, like back in the days when tuberculosis was a big deal and took a lot of lives. This hospital has seen a lot of that. So this hospital has seen a lot of death and a lot of tragedy, seen a lot of births. Just like I said, I was born here on the 3rd floor. So I think just, you know, people that come here, I think just remember that, you know, be respectful that this is a hospital. People were born here, people died here. I'm curious and I'm excited to see what you guys find because it helps with our research as well. We're curious to see and find out who's still here. Maybe get some answers to some, you know, questions that we have.
That's awesome. We're hoping to find some answers for a lot of that stuff for
Yes,
sure. Well, Tanya, we really appreciate the time. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to talk with us. And
you're very welcome. Thank you guys for being here.
Excited to be here.
Thank you.
We began the night on the 2nd floor and would capture interesting music box activity. In addition to that, we also captured what sounds like someone knocking in the room directly beside where we were standing, followed by what sounds like a possible laugh. Is there anybody in this hallway with us? We would love to hear from you. Oh. Is that you down there playing with the music box?
Yes.
If you're making that music box go off, can you come over to the red light there next to it, change it?
It'll change to green.
You have a message for anybody? Are you a patient or a staff member?
If you're a patient, make the music box go off.
If you're a staff member, can you make the music box go off?
Can you tell us your name?
What was that? What are they down there?
No, it's right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Sounds like a knock,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Can you tell us your name?
What was that? What was that? What was that?
We decided to move the REM pod in the same room that the music box was pointed towards, and that triggered the REM pod.
What's that?
Are you over there near the REM pod? If you're over there by the REM pod, can you get close enough to it? Yeah, just like that. makes sense, 'cause that's right where the music box was pointing. Can you get closer to it, make it change to a different color?
Go a little bit closer. It'll change to blue or pink.
I mean, it shouldn't be the battery because we changed it last time. Turn this on again. Oh. On the other side of the second floor, we captured more music box activity shortly after the initial activity on the other end. It's definitely going on. If there's anything there making that go off, can you step out of the way of that?
After moving up to the fourth floor, more REM pod activity would arise after we set it up in the middle of the hallway.
It's already going off.
That's red light.
Are you up here?
Where's Ovilus?
Do you like that device over there? Labor. That would be something fitting for the third floor. Turn the light off hallway. Do you like that toy there in the hallway? The SB11 Spirit Box didn't give us much during the investigation, but it gave us a compelling voice almost immediately as it began sweeping while still on the fourth floor. A male voice comes through and sounds like it says, "Hey." That's only hey. Is there anybody up here with us that wants to talk to us? Was that you that said hey there?
On the other end of the fourth floor, we captured more REM pod activity. We even moved the REM pod to the adjacent room to see what it would do, and it did not alarm again.
You can get closer to it and it will change colors. That's what weird how it's doing. See, it's not going off in here. what's so different about over here. From one room to the other, it's not going off at all. In our first attempt in the basement, we captured music box activity in the hallway that someone said they saw a shadow pass by earlier in the night.
Do we stand behind both of them? See if we...
Anybody down there making that music box go off?
Gotta take pictures.
Yeah. You're down there. Can you get in front of it again?
For longer.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
We have two different devices if you want to say anything. You can think of a word and it'll pop up on our screen.
You said.
While using a night vision camera, we captured what appeared to possibly be orb-like anomalies. It's hard to say whether or not it was just dust or a bug, but it's questionable to say the least.
If you want to show yourself, I can see you on this. Oh, I just saw something fly. Might have been a bug, but... The X-ray room in the basement also gave us more music box activity that cannot be debunked. Who's over there? Anybody? If you're in here, what's your name? Is there anybody in here trying to get their x-rays?
Our final piece of potential evidence came about on the third floor, when the spirit box gave us a male voice that sounds like it says the word hey, which is ironic given how another voice gave us that exact word earlier in the night.
What's up, y'all? We are out of the old hospital on College Hill. We had a really cool night, had a lot of good activity. You know, we did not hear any disembodied voices to our knowledge like we did here at Madison Seminary, but we did get some really good REM pod activity, some good music box activity, plus all the, you know, digital recordings that I have yet to listen to. Plus I got a few interesting spirit box voices that I think have to be considered spirit box voices, because the patterns didn't add up. So it's a really cool night. This is a cool place. We're really appreciative of Tanya Webb, the co-owner, for talking with us. So we're looking forward to putting this video together, and not entirely sure where we're going next yet, but we'll figure out something, I'm sure. But this is a really cool place to go. Highly recommend it. So we'll keep y'all posted and enjoy the video. Later. The old hospital on College Hill has been around for nearly a century. It has seen miracles, tragedies, and everything in between. It is a building that's gaining national recognition as a premier haunted destination, and for good reason. Our investigation was filled with unexplainable activity, and this building certainly has a lot to offer, even after it closed its operating medical doors 33 years ago. Thanks again to Tanya Webb for taking the time to talk with us. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to subscribe and spread the word about our channel.